Today we're doing one of the things that I like to do when I've got a bit of time in going and exploring. I'm doing a project at the moment based on the old crofting ruins um, to try and show a bit of what the Highlands used to be. So today I've headed up Glen Moriston. I've seen some places that look quite likely on the maps. I've been meaning to get up here for about the last 2 years. And today I just thought I need a change of scenery. I could do with a couple of hours to myself, so we'll come up here and just have a look and see what we can find. And this place is just quite special, really. So I've done some pictures here already. The weather today is a bit mixed. It's quite changeable. It's quite interesting. We'll see what they look like, but I'm going to go a little bit further down the road. I'll show you these pictures now, and then we'll go down the road and see what else there is to find. But this is just quite exciting. I think I'll spend a bit more time here in future. It's definitely another composition to be had, and this old gnarled tree up here is quite cool. There's a bit more ruin over in that corner too, and then the view along the road to the mountains in the distance just really makes it all hang together. So anyway, here's the pictures of this one that I've just taken. I'm trying to decide whether these will look best. There's another ruin up there, isn't there? It's an old steading. I don't know if you can just about see that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll come back and have a look. I'm not sure what light and what time of year is going to suit this best. It's not bad today, really. I think this might need a few return trips just to see what works best with it. Right, onwards into the snow. Yes, it's snow. It's March. It's snow. I know. Wonderful, isn't it? So here's one of the pictures from today. We're going to have a quick go at editing this and see what comes out. So the first thing that I like to do is do a sky selection. There we go, sky selection up. Sorry, I'm saving in the background so it's a bit slow. If I pull the highlights down a little bit, pull the exposure down a little bit, and clarity, DAs. That gives me a good base to work from. What I'm looking for is something quite moody out of this picture. So I want the texture in the clouds. So I'll just keep adjusting those till I get where I want it. That's pretty good there. Then my next step is to duplicate and invert this mask. So I right click on the icon here and then duplicate and invert, and that changes the masking to the bottom, so I can then play with this a wee bit. So I'll give it a little bit of a boost on the exposure just to brighten it a little bit. I want it to be quite atmospheric, so I don't want to go too far with this. Contrast, I'll put that up a wee bit because that will help. Now temperature, sometimes I go warmer, so I'll have a little look at that first, and sometimes I go the other way and go a bit cooler. So that's starting to give it a slightly better, I'll just a little bit less than that I think. Let's try about there. Yes. Again, saturation, I can go up or down. It depends on what feel I am looking for. So I'll try somewhere around there. That looks quite nice. Quite like that as a base start point. I love these tin roofs. This red tint is is fantastic. So I want to try and accentuate that a little bit. So we'll go with select object, and I'll just paint that in and see if it'll automatically pick that up for me. Have we got it? Yes, we have. Right. So we want to get that a bit more vibrant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a slight colour wash to it. I want sort of that red ochre colour coming through. So a little bit of pink. I don't go too strong with these kind of things. Just a little bit, just to help it along. I'll up the saturation a wee bit. And we're starting to get that kind of red tin coming through. And we up contrast a bit. I just try and make it a bit more of a feature that catches the eye. But without overdoing it. It's a tricky one to just get just how I want it. It's starting to look alright. Right, so can we... There we go. So that stuff, that's on. So that's quite good. I'm quite pleased with that already. It's looking interesting. What I'll do is I'll export that from here into Photoshop. Right then, so my first thing here is I use Nick Collection. I don't like the idea of buying other people's filters. I think you should develop your own and aim for your own style. So I've got a few basic ones that I use, and occasionally I tweak them and create something new. So Sam 1 was done for a job for my friend Sam. Home Interior was a tweak for property work. Sunny Home, that's a tweak for external houses on dull day. I'm quite a fan of vignettes. Not everyone is. I like them because I think they frame a picture nicely. However, I'll go for a subtle vignette rather than... This is my slightly less subtle vignette. That's a subtle version and that's the off version. So I think a subtle vignette will do as nicely here. So there we have it. Now, really all that remains is to tidy up my filthy sensor. So this tool here, the magic, I can't remember what they call that one now. It's a sort of magic removal tool. It uses a bit of AI. It's very clever. I'm using this at the minute in preference to most of the other tools for the cleaning of my dirty sensors. I really need to take it into the shop and get them to actually clean it properly for me at some point. But working cameras get abused. Right, that's most of them. There's a bit there. There's this here. This looks like a big nasty lump, so I think... Let's see if I can get that whole... Sometimes it fails me. If it fails me, we go old school. There we go. A couple over there too. Ah, sensor really is grim, isn't it? Right, I can still see some in here. The more you look, the more you see. Right, let's zoom in. Go and look for anything else that needs removing out of there. So I try not to edit the actual landscape as such too much. I try and leave that more or less as is. I have in the past gone to the extent of removing power lines and things because they have offended my artistic sensibilities. But these days, I kind of I want to record it as it is, because in the future people might look at some of these pictures and wonder what it actually looked like when I was looking at it, not what I want them to see as such, but the whole kit and caboodle. So these days I'm leaving stuff in that I would have maybe removed in the past, like these pylons over here. That can stay. This piece of old, whatever it is, concrete poured structure, that's going to stay. I will remove rubbish. If there's bits of wind-blown debris, that will go. But I'm generally not seeing anything in there that's offending me enough to actually do anything about it. So I've got that far. Ignore my notifications. I'm just going to give it a quick denoise. I'm going to use Nick Define, which I'm finding quite a subtle. I've just seen another splodge. I'll do that in a minute. I'm finding quite a subtle, low impact approach to noise reduction. So we'll give that a run through on its default auto settings, and it just takes a wee bit of the grain out, which is good. It's not too heavy-handed. It's not killing my detail. Right, this bit here, this has just offended me. So there we go. I think we're good. That's it. That's taken me a whole maybe 5 minutes for an end product, which I'm really quite pleased with, actually. That's fantastic. Right, so we'll save that. Straight to my Glen Moriston file. Oh, I forgot to flatten it. There's flatten image, then save as. This moved me again. Glen Moriston, save. Right, just saving it now in case anything goes horribly wrong, and then I'm going to keyword it.